This is my short video about the experience or community of Therianthropy. And I guess it isn't really so much of a video, it's more of a audio, but I don't really wish to show my face on the screen. Well, in any case, people seem to feel that video is somehow more explaining, relating of experiences. They seem to feel more connected to someone when they are talking in a video. I don't know why. I guess that I am making this video in hope that it make people feel more connected to the experience of Therianthropy as a experience that a person has, instead of they read on the internet. It is a kind of they just see what they hear about experience and is not so real to them. So what is this experience that is called Therianthropy? Well, it is simply meaning animal person or animal human, and I can say that this experience to me is similar to, we have folk tales in a classic mythology of a fox woman or a swan woman or similar. They look like a human, but inside there is an animal, and these tales are often about the experience of the animal trying to live as a human in some way, and they have complicated and confusing experience. And so the simplest way to say it is that we feel like we are these animals, but inside of this human body that has this experience of being human, but also a non-human mind or self inside this. And in the same way, we have many of the struggles of what you can say the animal in the folktale is like. They are struggling with being caught between the two worlds. And you might say in this case, well, aren't we all a kind of animal? Humans are animals. Well, yes, humans are animals, but this is something that is particularly deeper than just connecting with that human side of yourself that is a more wild or a primate, ape. This is a connection to something that is often, it is not a primate, it is something else. And the only thing that you can say about it is that we know from a long time, often since beginning childhood, that there is something that is not the primate. It is something that is not the human instincts, but it feels like the animal instincts. And many people have related this to the mythology of werewolves, were-animals, and so in the history the Therian community also has been called the were community, based on that myth. But of course, we are not like the experience of the myth. We are not physically shape-shifting. We are not wild in the sense of going out and destroying people, causing physical damage. But in many ways this experience has been like the mythological werewolf, trapped between the human and the animal worlds, and never able to quite be either of these. And when people say often to us, well, a human always has this animal side, it is kind of trying to brush away this truth of this experience. And they will say, well, people say, a human, he is strong like a lion, or he is, tricky like the fox, or he is, they have these metaphors, is wise like an owl, and they say, well, it is just a kind of comparison. And then if you say that, no, this is a different experience, then I think you are claiming, okay, so I am physically a a wolf or a hawk, and I go and hunt in the night, and it is these two kinds of metaphor. And my friend, one of my friends has mentioned this. We have these two kinds of metaphor that we think about. We say this is a chair, and so we mean this is physically, it is literally a chair, and we expect it to act and look and behave in all ways like a chair. And then when we say, he is a lion, then we mean it in a very metaphorical way. We don't expect him to behave in all ways like a lion. We just have some traits of the lion that we say is like him. Strong and brave and whatever. And when people see the Therian community, they look at us and they are confused because, well, we are not just saying that we are the brave or strong like the lion or whatever, but we are not saying that we are the little physical experience like the chair. And so they don't know exactly what we are saying. And I say that it is somewhere in between. It is not simply the metaphor, but it is more than a metaphor, but it is also not exactly the physical reality. It is something, and this is why often many Therianthropes have related this experience to the soul, because there is not a finger you can put on it. You can't really say why it is what it is. This thing that is in between that you can't catch. Often people will call that like a soul, and we don't know. We don't know whether that is the truth of the experience. Who knows about the soul? Anything metaphysical, it's too hard to know. But that is what many people have put on it, that the soul or some internal nature is like the non-human animal and the non-primate animal, although some Therians do associate with primates, so I don't really mean to slur the primate in this experience, but only that it is not common. It is most common to say a non-primate animal. So about this, what is the point? What is the point of making the recording? So some people say it is like a, they have this experience that is like an animal, well, so what? You think, well, they can just have that experience. What is the point in talking about it? Well, for me, I guess that the point in talking about it is that it is very easy to feel alone in this society having this experience. When people have an experience where the identity inside is different from the outside, often they feel a lot of stress. They want the world to sort of look at them and see this identity. And you might think, well, that is wanting attention, but you won't say this about, a transgender person or anything like this who really feels that they are this one person inside and the society doesn't see it on the outside. You won't say they are seeking attention for just wanting the society to look at the self and see the self. It is a basic need and you can say, well, there's a basic human need, but in our experience, it is a basic more than human need. It is a basic any intelligent creature need to be seen as what we are inside, and we want people to look at us and see, our experience. And even many Therianthropes have looked at this and said, well, human society is not going to see us the way we are, just deal with it. But it is hard for many of us to deal with. We are experiencing this identity that is not the same as our physical bodies, and we just wish for a day that someone can look at us and see the experience of what we are having and just simply accept that we feel as we are what we are. And I don't know how to put it better than that. Sorry, I'm not very good with words. Okay, this is running to nearly 10 minutes, so I'm going to close it now. But yes, I guess that is my first story about Therianthropy, and I probably come back to do more of this later. So that's from me. Bye bye.